Hey folks, Ernie here with the Trader of Futures, and it's another day. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, day after the midterm elections. The House has overtaken the GOP, and the Democrats now are in control. They have the majority. It's not a supermajority, it's not a big majority. They won it by just a few seats. So there's that. But what it does mean is that Nancy Pelosi now is the Speaker of the House, and they're going to control all the chairmanships of all the wonderful committees. Maxine Waters, and I think is going to be head of finance. Oh my God, I just and bank. I can't. No. Well, it's going to be a reality, and we've got to deal with it. So we know that Trump is a deal maker. He's going to have to start cutting some pretty good deals. Very interesting deals, I would imagine. Unlike most of the GOP lawmakers, he is not constrained by their protocol and whatever else that they use as their guide. He is a true out of the box thinker and worker. And so I expect that he's going to disrupt things. He's going to piss them off on both sides, and that'll be good. What we are hoping for, though, is that we're not going to see some stagnation. Stagnation wouldn't be that good. Really not that good. We want something to get done. We want Trump's agenda to get done. That's what we really want, ultimately. So how will this all affect the markets? Well, right now it is not affecting the markets. As a matter of fact, the markets are on a tear. And there was a little pullback here, and I got out, and I'm saying, well, why the fuck did I get out? Holy shit. Got out at the wrong time.
Order filled.
Let's try that. Let's see if that goes anywhere. Yep. As soon as I did that, it goes down. But we have another account. We can add that one too. All right. So we'll go down to this one. I'm sorry that I'm doing housekeeping here and going through accounts and doing some trading. I got to do my my 2x off, etc. Yeah, that was a really bad move, Ernie. That was very bad timing. That was super bad. Super duper bad. That's okay. If it comes down a substantial amount, I'll just add to it. Let's see, we'll get into this account and we'll just get in at a better price on this account. That's how it works. When you have multiple accounts, if you screw up on one, you can make it up on another. It's all coming, going to the same place, right? So I'm doing a little fingerprint auth here, which is really cool with IB, Interactive Broker. I can use my phone as a, isn't that weird? It took off, and I said, oh man, it's breaking out.
Bulletin received.
So I added an ES contract on there. But that didn't work out. So it pulled back enough now so that I can go over here to this other account, and it's still pulling back. So I'm going to wait a little while, see what happens here. And all right, this looks like a good place right here. We want a market order. Always enter the market with market orders, unless you have an idea. Well, my idea basically is to stay long in this market. Long. Wait for pullbacks, add. Let it run up, take the profit. Pull back, add. Let it run up, take the profit. And, play some pairs trading and also play the AI setup so that I have a full complement of strategies that are non-correlated with each other. The AI setups, they're kicking ass. If you are not signed up with the AI setups, you are missing out. In the last week and a half, we've had 11 setups in the futures and Forex. I think we've had a couple in equities, but not too many have actually triggered, so can't count those. But out of the 11 setups, we've had 9 winners that hit their targets. Now, if they hit their targets, I can guarantee you that any one of those trades would have paid for an entire year of AI setups service. It's like a no-brainer. Sooner or later, people are going to know about it, and they're going to be rushing in. But, yeah. Any one setup, any one trade would have paid for an entire year. Had you taken each one of those to fruition, there would have been an average of, I think, around $700 or $800 return. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm looking to get in here. Is it going to drop any further? Yeah, I think it is. Or isn't it? Is it going to drop? What do you think? Think it's going to go down a little bit? I'm going to get in no matter where. I'm just looking, hey, if I can make an extra couple $100 on this contract, I will. Chris Rock says, silver and gold up a bit too. That was unexpected. Yeah, why is that up when the market's up? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it looks like it wants to pull back some more. I wonder if we're hitting the turning point now in the day. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Are we hitting the turning point? No. Well, we might be. We're getting tighter and tighter on this. So it's possible. Yeah, I might put in. What do you think? Think I should add this contract? Add it? Okay, I'll add it.
Order filled.
Just like that. Did you profit on the Dow? No, I wasn't in the Dow. I was in the S&P. Hey, watcher, how you doing? Trump needs to do executive actions if the House won't play ball. Now, I wonder if the House, now that they've got control of all the chairmanships, if they're going to start investigating the Trumpster. Of course, if they investigate him, he'll investigate them. It's going to be a big mess. Philip is asking, how was the AI system trained? Is it mainly based on pattern recognition? No. Patterns is what it sees, but you train it by showing it patterns, by showing it setups, by showing it strategies. You give it things that it can follow and then develop patterns from. So can't tell everybody how it's trained, give away all the secrets. But I can tell you this, that we've put in it more than 300 chart patterns or price patterns and volume patterns, at least. And we're adding more all the time. It has conjured up probably another 300. And then it's looking at virtually every permutation and combination using those patterns in different time segments, volume conditions. So it is literally looking at, I don't know, maybe a million different combinations, a million different unique patterns when it's trying to look at a setup. So in effect, every single trade that it makes is very rarely does it actually use the same pattern that it found before. Once in a while it does. We've seen some repeat. Very rarely, though. That's kind of interesting. That's super interesting. Adam's saying, for folks with smaller capital, is there any way to take advantage of the AI setups? I don't know what smaller capital is, but if you think under 10,000, we do have equity calls and Forex calls, and a lot of the futures have micro contracts. They're 1/10 the size contracts. So there is a way to trade this even with a smaller account. It will necessarily also mean that you may miss out on some trades that don't have micro contracts. So the micro contracts are generally with energy, metals. I don't think there are any with the index, but also currencies. And then, of course, we have Forex, and you can trade micro, mini, regular, whatever you want in Forex. And then with equities, you can trade whatever the hell you want. You can trade with options, and you could limit your risk that way. You can trade one share if you wanted to. Of course, that wouldn't be very smart. But so yeah, there are ways to trade with small accounts. Profits depend on position sizes. No. Profits depend on position size? No, profits depend on whether or not you got in at the right place and got out at the right place. It doesn't depend on position size. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. Doran Lungu, don't know how much winnings you made, but you screwed up Bitcoin predictions hard. Unsubscribed. I'm glad to see you go, because you are so fucking wrong. There's a troll that doesn't even want to hang out and troll some more. And is right. How you doing? What's your analysis on Bitcoin? It's the same analysis, man. Same friggin' analysis. Same thing, same story. There's been a little bit of a run up, like 300, maybe 250 points. It's nothing. I actually haven't looked at it much today. I looked at it early this morning. Let's see where we're at.
And we're live. Hey, this is Ernie from the Trader of Futures, and my guest today is Paul Madsen from Hedera Hashgraph. He's the technical lead there. How you doing, Paul?
Very good, Ernie. Small clip.
Wonder how that turned on. That was weird. That was an interview I did with someone at Hashgraph. But anyways, I don't know how that turned on. That was really weird. USD, cryptocurrency. All right, so we dipped a few days ago, and then we've slowly made up that dip and then come up about 100 points from there, which is nothing. So some people are saying, oh, Bitcoin's on a bull run now. Bull, it's a big bull. It's not a bull. It's just a bunch of bulls saying it's a bull. And you can see that each move up was definitely induced by a whale. Total manipulation. So yeah, I have no opinion on Bitcoin right now. I would say with this little run up, it's a marginal short. I would have liked to have seen it move up a little higher, but this might be the move up that I've been anticipating, where afterwards it would start moving down sharply, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it would have manifested itself this way. Dr. Zayas, it seems like the pre-election polling was quite accurate this time. Yeah, pretty accurate. May 2016 was just an outlier event. No, it wasn't. That was normal in terms of polling. The one time out of 20 that it was wrong. No, I've never seen their polling right. on the mid to longer term, Rod's following up with the Bitcoin question. So nothing has changed in my outlook with Bitcoin. Absolutely nothing. It's going to be in a bear market for a long time to come, in my view, in my opinion. A range somewhere between 4,000 and 9,000 with it more than 70% of the time on the lower half of that range. I believe that at some point we're going to get, I'm just repeating exactly, this is my position. Same thing I've repeated. At some point we're going to drop down maybe as low as 1,000. I will be looking to accumulate between that 4,000 and 1,000 range. I think that's where the opportunity lies. But even then, there's no reason for Bitcoin to go anywhere. The ecosystem, infrastructure, the amount of people that are interested, well, there isn't any more people interested. There are more people leaving than coming into it. So right now, as far as I'm concerned, it's dead. Keston says this is a fake pump. I wouldn't even call this a pump. It's more like a nudge. All right, Philip Braun says he has a quote here. There would have to been an average of $700 to $800 return. I mean, I just meant the profits are relative to position sizes. Well, most of our trades are futures, and that would be one contract that would return about $700 or $800. So, yeah. Now, if you chose a micro account, then it would be 1/10 that. Obviously, it wouldn't make it. So, but in terms of just trading futures, yes, all day long, most trades you would make that amount of money. What about Ethereum, dear Ernie? Abilbek Narambayev. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's a tough name. I really don't care about it. I don't care about any shitcoin. The only thing I care about is something that might have regulated futures attached to it. If it doesn't have regulated futures, or if it's not trading in a regulated market, not interested in it at all. At all. Spook says, what do you think of the low number of Bitcoin shorts on Bitfinex? Hey, well, what do you think about the low number of longs, too? So there is both a low number of shorts and a low number of longs out there right now. What does that tell you? That means that there's a low number of people trading. That's what it tells you. It tells you that people don't give a shit about Bitcoin right now. That there is no impetus. There is no spark. There are no fumes for a spark to ignite. Because there are no shorts that are going to say, oh my God, Bitcoin's going up, we must dump. Because there are no shorts out there. Asdirt. Ernie is secretly buying more and more Bitcoin, but saying the opposite. Like he says, it's all theater and acting. Now, you misunderstood when I said theater and acting. What I said was that when I get animated, that is, some people might take that as me becoming unhinged and letting my emotions getting the best of me. No, it is, in fact, me playing up that role in order to, create some excitement, make this show interesting. That's the way I talk, too. I do that to exert reaction with people. But it's not lying. And so I'm not lying when I say I'm not buying Bitcoin right now. I've told you when I will buy, and that's when I will buy. It's as simple as that. So you can read into that and think that you know more than I know about myself. How do you think that works? It doesn't work. I have a feeling today is going to be a shorter show because, damn, there's just so much to do out there right now in terms of trading. The market is on fire. It's on fire. I don't want to miss out on that. Fools on Reddit saying it's time again for Bitcoin. Well, then you just perfectly frame that. The fools on Reddit say it's time for Bitcoin. So do what the fools do. Can't take that call right now. Bad time. Andrew Watt, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? Are we seeing all-time highs by year end in the markets, in your opinion? By year end, I don't know, but I think we're on our way to all-time highs for sure. And that's why I am long everything. I am long, baby. I started adding on this pullback, but I started adding a little bit too early, and so it took a little bit of a drawdown. But now I'm starting to add more than I shorted, or that I initially went long with as we were coming down. Now, as I said, buy the dip, but I started buying a little bit too early. I bought it like, I don't know, when the dip was 4%, and then I added to it when it got down to 10%. And so now I'm almost right back to even. And if I do this course and it comes back up to where it initially took off, we'll have some big winners on our hands. Albeck. So the whole crypto market will go down to 100 billion in your opinion? I wouldn't doubt that at all. I could see it going down well below that for sure. Because when Bitcoin does finally retract, and this is another thing that I've said, in order for this market to survive, it must die first. You know, one of those comatose type of dies. There must be blood in the streets, guts pouring out of your belly, blood coming from your eyes and ears. That, when you feel that, if you're in any way invested, when you feel that, and then you're forced to submit, capitulate, that's when it will be time to gently start adding. Don't go all in, because it could go down a lot further, believe it or not. And this is the consensus of the Wall Streeters. They are not going to get into this market right here. No way. It's just so over friggin' priced. Is Apple good to buy in hypothetical non-financial advice scenario? Sure, why not? Apple is a great thing to buy all the time. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, the NASDAQ has probably taken it on the chin more than most, but Apple has been resilient. Apple actually is no longer considered a computer company. It is now a consumer products company. So I would say, yeah, Apple is probably a good thing to buy. Plus, it's paying the dividends. You know, you could buy Apple, maybe sell some calls against it. You know, that'd be a good idea. Occasionally sell some real out of the money puts when premium is high. That might work as well. I mean, that's a good strategy. That's a nice, safe strategy. Just buy Apple, sell calls against it. And then use those profits to buy more Apple. That's what I would do if I were trading in equities exclusively, but I don't. So that bad trade that I made now is in the money at the beginning of the show, and the one I made before that is well into the money because I got it at the bottom of that little pullback. I wouldn't even call it a pullback. It only pulled back about 4 or 5 points. But we are up 40 points in the S&P, and I caught every single friggin' bit of it today. So that's good. Also, had some good trades with the mid-market, the S&P 400 mid-cap. That was good. Also had trades with the AI setups. There will be a website coming out soon with the AI setups that's dedicated to that, because I anticipate that as we go forward with this, the AI setups are going to be big. Right now, there's just a handful of people in there, and that was doing not even a soft launch. I mean, just doing a launch amongst people that I know. And they're working it out, and we're working out the process and everything like that. And then I'm going to build up the website this weekend. We're going to start implementing a full-fledged marketing program and start bringing in more people. We expect to get, a few hundred subscribers, and then we'll be kicking ass. Any thoughts on physical silver stack? JP Morgan has got the production is dropping lower too. I probably didn't read that because there aren't any periods or commas. Any thoughts on physical silver? Stack. JP Morgan has got the production is dropping lower too. So you could read this a lot of ways. Any thoughts on physical silver? Stack JP Morgan has got the production is dropping lower too. Production is dropping lower too. Production is dropping lower. So in other words, I think what you're trying to say is that inventories are very high, supply is very high, so that's going to keep things down low. So they're pulling back on production to try to normalize available inventories. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to make a difference because there's so much friggin' silver out there. Casper the Ghost. Casper. I have a bet that I know who that is, but I don't know. Bashing BTC again, huh? Ha ha ha. It's extremely overvalued. Buys more after live stream. Typical sham artist. No, then I don't know this. I don't know this person because the person I know would never say that. But Casper the Ghost is a dickhead for sure. Total dickhead. I call him as I see him. The Watcher. Shit English. Sorry, bro. It's okay. Sometimes I don't speak English. As a matter of fact, sarcasm happens to be my first language. English is my second. Spook. Casper the Ghost has Bitcoin's actual use gone up. Casper the Ghost has Bitcoin's actual use gone up. See, there's another person that can't speak English. Does anybody ever hear of punctuation, commas, periods, that sort of thing, sentence structure? We're not dealing with Twitter. Actually, with Twitter, you don't have to talk that way anymore in this abbreviated fashion because you have 280 characters now instead of 240 or 140. Or is it 140? Yeah. Dimitri says that I'm a shill for the New World Order Fed. Whoa. Where does he get that? That's like channeling or something. I mean, everybody knows my stance on the Fed that's been watching me for any time. I think that the markets and the world would be a whole lot better without the Fed. And if that is a New World Order position, I'm confused. You see, people will come on here and they'll just say anything just to get a charge out of me. But they're fucking idiots. So Dimitri, you're a fucking idiot. Casper, you're a fucking retard. I use the R word. Let's see, who else? Who else is an idiot up here? Yeah, just so far, you two. Yep. Ramon Lopez says, not in CA, not in California. That was the very first comment. So I'm not sure exactly what that what that was referring to. Bashing Bitcoin to the community shows no evidence of owning zero Bitcoin. Well, actually, I have a little bit of Bitcoin. Clearly trying to sham his viewers while he scoops up the precious coins up. Yes, only fooling yourself here, Ernie. See, there's another idiot troll. Thinks he's going to get me. So I have a very little Bitcoin, under $1,000 worth. So I really don't care where it goes. I use it mostly to play online poker. That's it. That's about all it's good for. So Andrew Watts says, correct, Dimitri. I saw Ernie to my left at Bohemian Grove. For a second there, Andrew, I was going to call you a fucktard too, but no, now you're in my good graces. Abelbeck, did you consider to open your own Telegram channel or group? Because that would be useful for some people to contact you. I do. I have a Discord channel. I don't like Telegram. I think it's shit. Discord has it all over Telegram. So in the link in the description below, there's a link with an invite to Discord. You go there, and I hang out on Discord. We have a great group. I have about, I don't know, 1,200 members there, something like that. And we have a number of different areas of discussion. Also, the AI setups, we have a private channel there for the people who are subscribers. And so that's where all the support goes for the AI setups. But there's a general area where you can talk about anything. There's an area where you can talk about trading, and another area where we talk about weed. Not just the cannabis industry, but we just talk about weed and anything related to weed. Like I'll talk about growing. See, I'm growing here. See, I grow. See, that's a CO2 cartridge down there. Tank, I should say. Those are grow tents right there. There's one here, one back there. Veg and flowering stages. So we talk about that. We'll talk about actually doing it. Last week, I squished a whole bunch of weed and created some nice shatter. That's what this is in here. Actually, it's also called rosin. See that? There's about 6 or 7 grams in there, maybe more. And what else? Oh, I had a friend come over the other day, and we smoked out of my elephant bowl. Like that. His asshole is the carburetor. Let's see. I got my my rosin vape pen here. See, you put the rosin inside here. Needs to be cleaned. Very handy little device. Got my cannabis shirt on. See, I'm fully committed. Fully committed. Let's see, what else do I have around here? Oh, where's my... Someone take my CBD? Oh, here it is. Here's my my CBD tincture. All right. I'm gonna take some right now. Take some CBD tincture. See? Right here. Just put that under the tongue. Let that hang out there for a little bit and then swallow it. That is a high quality CBD tincture there. So we also create our own CBD tincture from pure crystal, CBD crystal. Let's see, what else can I show you? I only have a little bit of weed left that I haven't squished yet, so I'm not going to show that right now, but I've showed that before. I don't really get high that often, and I usually don't trade when I'm high. So, no, I don't do that. Bitcoin is useless because of taxes holders pay. Okay. I think the fees are way too high, and it's slow. Show Bitcoin wallet with under 1K Bitcoin or you're a shill, steering viewers in the wrong direction. What does that mean? I don't even think I have I know I have under 1K. I might even have under 1,000. Let's see. I've just been moving it over to play poker, so there might not be that much in there. I don't know why you want to. What does that prove? Oh yeah, I don't even. I have, as a matter of fact, I only have 51, just under $51, and half of it's in Litecoin and half of it's in Bitcoin. You really want to see it? I don't know why. All right, I'll show it to you. See, right there. I mean, I've, you can see I do transactions. I, buy and sell shit. But right now, that's all that's in there. That's it. I don't know what that proves. Does that mean I'm a shill? I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. Mark Burbot. My day's going really well so far. Made a shitload of money in the market. Oh, now I got to get out. Hold on. Let's see. I don't have to get out. Ain't going nowhere. I'll tell you, the crack spread is like totally off the hinges. The crack spread is an energy trade between crude oil and heating oil. It could also be between crude oil and gasoline, or between heating oil and gasoline, or any other combination thereof. And the reason why they call it the crack spread is it's a process called the cracking process, where they take the raw crude oil and then distill it up into different things like heating oil, gasoline, kerosene, jet fuel, etc. But anyways, the crack spread is a spread between any of those different contracts. And yeah, that is at its lowest point right now for the crack spread between crude oil and heating oil in history, ever. It is at its lowest point today, ever. So what does that say? I don't know. I'm going to bring it up here. Let me just rearrange the chart so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, now I'm going to bring on the chart that shows the spread. You know, the only problem is this is not going to show well because think a swim, flounder or drowned, as my friend Greg says. Has a black background and it really shows up lousy. So let me just change this so it has a white background. Order system. Security startup, look and feel, there it is. Dark or light? We want light. All right. So it looks like I have to change the background of the chart too. So I have to go to Style and Settings, Appearance, Chart Type, Ticks, Column, Bars, General, Layout, Data Box. I thought Appearance would do it. Chart Mode, Standard. Oh, there it is, Background. All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, you're going to learn something here. So this is a chart of a crack spread, oil versus heating oil, or crude versus heating oil. Now, look at this. Lowest point in multiple years. Let's see if I can bring, it's not allowing me to bring more data in. How do I get more data? I need to bring in more data, time axis. 3 years. Let's bring in, I don't know, 20 years. Will that work? Can I bring in 20 years? Oh, well, I guess I'm wrong. Well, it's the lowest point since 2014. There have been lower points. Look at that. I was wrong. But it's pretty friggin' low, is my point. That is friggin' low. I think there's something wrong with this because I've looked at this before and I didn't get this. Interesting. Anyways, that's pretty significant, being that low. I might be a buyer of the crack spread pretty soon. All right, where did I leave off here? All right, so I showed my Bitcoin wallet. Weed is shown to slow cognition. You shouldn't do it often unless you have legit medical reasons. You're a fucking idiot. Seriously, Spook, you're a total retard. You have no idea what you're talking about. Absolutely none. Spaceman, what are your favorite investments in the MJ space? I have no favorite investments in the MJ space. I'm looking at all the main ones, Tilray, Aurora, etc. But I'm probably more interested in just watching the ETF MJ for now. Right now, they're all supremely, incredibly overvalued, and they're not worth what you would be paying for them. So I am more than willing to wait. He's trolling you. You shouldn't bother. Yeah, I know. Do you ever play poker at the casinos? Yes, I do, but haven't done so for a while. Burbot says, just woke up. How are you? How was your day? And I think you said that before. Maybe you just forgot. Hey, Hayseed, Ernie, help us make more money without working too hard. Well, the secret to that is to develop multiple streams of income. Get rid of your debt, build up your income, build up other streams of income, invest in things that will produce passive income for you, and keep on doing that. That should be like your life's work, to produce more and more multiple streams of income. And then there will be a time where the amount of income that you're getting from all your passive sources starts outpacing that main job that you have, and you can say, fuck you, I'm out of here. Well, I've been out of there for about 20 years. Dimitri says, I'm unwittingly helping the Zionist Fed crush crypto. Is that some kind of anti-Semitic statement or something? I don't know. So Casper says, okay, you're not a shill, but not informed enough on your whole crypto space. All right, so Casper, I know more about crypto and technology. Actually, I've probably forgotten more about crypto and technology than you'll ever know in your entire life. You obviously don't know who I am or what my background is. So fuck you, because you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Someone explained to Casper. Been in technology for more than 40 years. All right. And not just some low-level technologist or engineer or something like that. So whatever. I've talked about this too many times. Abilbeck says, I got your channel in December 2017. I wonder what you were saying in November 2017 about Bitcoin. Actually, that's when I started warning people about this whole idea that the futures market, the futures coming into Bitcoin, would not bring in Wall Street money and bring it to the moon. As a matter of fact, I said it would do the exact opposite. I said, and actually I started before November. I started back in, I think, September, talking this way. I said that futures market coming into Bitcoin would be used for one purpose and one purpose only, and that would be used by the whales and the miners to hedge their businesses, and they would short the hell out of it. They would short the fucking hell out of it. But before they did, they were going to make hay and feed into this bubble by pushing that market up as high as they can, and then short the fucking hell out of it. And you know what happened? On the very day that Bitcoin futures was introduced, that was the peak of the bubble. That's when it burst. That's what I was doing. Am I happy with the election results? It would have been nice to maintain a majority in both the House and the Senate, but overall, I'm not unhappy. It'll be good to see if we can get the House, the Dems and the Republicans to work together again, because that hasn't been working at all. Excuse me. What do the results mean to the people also? I'm not sure what that's referring to. Chris W., how you doing? You said the other day that things are different this time for the current Bitcoin bear market. Could you please elaborate? Oh, no, I didn't say anything like that. I am struggling. I want to answer your question, but I'm trying to think of what you could be referring to. I never said things are different. But maybe you misinterpreted something that I said, and I can't think of it. I'm sorry. Burbot says, do you miss the days of school in my last Trader Futures in my last year of, oh, I get it. So you're in your last year of school. I have a 40-year high school reunion coming up in a couple of weeks, but I'm not going. So don't really miss it. Ernie is spacing out on marijuana tincture. Actually, no, that was CBD tincture. And doesn't get you high. Just laxes you. It has to be done before you log in. Oh, there was a comment that I have no idea what that means. That would be the baseball investment. CGC for me, bro, but it's coming down more. I don't understand that. So on my chat, you know, I understand if you're going to be talking back and forth between people, but I generally talk with you. So if you could like try to address me, I don't mind if you talk amongst yourselves either, but I'm trying to talk to you. So if you can put it in full, complete sentences, then we can have a dialogue. Casper says, all we care about is crypto and pot. I hear Ernie. No, I like futures. I like Forex. I like stocks. I don't like crypto right now. I am super bearish on crypto unless I'm shorting Bitcoin. Short every rally. I am a big believer that the marijuana cannabis industry is going to outstrip virtually all markets sometime in the future once government gets their head out of their ass and realizes that it is probably the most valuable cash crop on the planet. And it was actually the most valuable cash crop on the planet back in the days of the Pilgrims. As a matter of fact, King George had mandated that hemp and hemp-based products made up at least 40% of the GDP, and that's what he would tax them based on. I mean, you probably don't know that the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights, they're all printed on hemp paper. All their clothes were made from hemp fibers. There's so much more that you can do with it. All right. So you think Democrats will definitely push forward investigation on Trump's tax returns. And what good is that going to do? It's nothing more than a political ploy. So we're talking about crack, pot, and crypto. No, we haven't been talking about crack or crack spreads. So yeah, that was a good pun. Spook, he says I'm triggered. No. See, again, I do not get triggered. I use inflection. I become verbose or I become animated, all for your benefit, to illustrate what assholes you may be or what great people you might be. All right? And so I do not hold back. I tell it how it is. That's the whole thing here. Dex for sure says crypto is dead money, though. Just made nearly 30% with AMD in 4 days trading. Even volatility is better on stock market right now. Yeah, I mean, it's so much safer in the stock market and the futures market. Man, if you use our AI setups, man, you can make bank. Hey, Ernie, how does it feel getting short squeezed on Bitcoin? Ha ha, sucker. What? You have no idea what you're talking about. I get short squeezed. Hey, so much winning these days. I feel I'm in the zone. I know. Being in the AI setups, it's like winning every day. We're winning so much that you almost getting sick of winning. Multiple sources of income lists all these stupid ass crypto shit coins. Yeah, I'd like to see those earnings. Secret to getting rich: go long on Bitcoin during bear times and hodl for 2 years. Ernie missed the boat and is a salty boomer. Is another troll. Not just a troll, but a fucktard troll. We call them FTTs, fucktard trolls. Used to be a long time ago, we used to call people like you FRJPs, front-running jealous phonies. But now you're FTTs. Bitcoin is long-term idiot. Yeah, whatever. Bitcoin, you've totally swallowed the Kool-Aid. That's all I can say. You swallowed the Kool-Aid. It's a global store of wealth replacing primitive gold. You're so fucking, I really feel sorry for you. You just like left your brain on the curb or something. So pump and dump is passive income. Stop being uneducated. It's all short-term, fool. Yeah. What else we have here? We're getting on to an hour here, so we're going to try to... Weed was used only for textiles because cotton was practically a luxury. That's not true. It was used for medicine. It was used also for clothing. It was used for paper. As a matter of fact, weed threatened the some of the big financiers of the paper industry and also the news industry that were making newspapers. It's a far superior product and more renewable. That's why the Constitution has lasted this long, because it's printed on weed paper. Now, there aren't too many more anti-weeders here. Also, weed has a wide range of uses, not only in medicinal uses, but also other industrial uses. In fact, it makes a fantastic energy source. I mean, it can be used to create oils and energy, also resins for plastics. There are literally thousands and thousands of categories, not just products, categories of products that can be used with the hemp plant. Do you plan on visiting Australia in the future? I would really like to go to Australia. I have family in Australia, in Sydney. Go look them up, the Varitimuses, Varitimus in Sydney. A prominent family, rich as hell. I'd like to go there just so I can rub elbows with them. Chris W. Ernie, you mentioned that the difference in Bitcoin's ecosystem while you were addressing a relentless troll. The troll was saying that Bitcoin price always shoots back up even greater than the last. Okay, so it has, you know, been on a trajectory, but now see the market is very, very different. Now it's very possible we could go up again, but not before a long-term retracted low, I think. Just because something always happened in the past is not any guarantee that it's going to happen in the future, for sure, or in any kind of relative time frame either. At some point, everything dies. The only other cheap fabric was wool, which couldn't be used for nautical rope since it had become weak and wet. Well, that's another thing. Both the sails and rope and many other things on the ships back then were exclusively weed-based. Alts have to die to make Bitcoin rise. No, all of them have to die, including Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, it will be kind of a virtual death. It will need to be resurrected. Bitcoin longs going up and shorts going down. No, I don't see that at all. As a matter of fact, if you were to look, I'm going to just take a look and just see if what you're saying is true. No, you're wrong. So I'd be happy to show you this. Maybe over the past couple of days they're going up, but generally they're not going up. So and relative to other high points, Bitcoin longs are very, very low. So here it is. So here we are. This level, you can see it is actually on the lower half of where longs have been in the past. So let's take a look at shorts. BTC, USD, shorts. Shorts also down. So both shorts and longs are down. That's really not a good combination. That's a horrible combination. How do you feel about a nice short on BTC at this price? Generally, I only short after there's been a substantial pump up, and then I wait for it to settle out, then I short. That's basically the strategy. I don't just pick a level and short. There's got to be some activity behind it, some fakery, and then I beat that fakery down. It was only used as a medicine in the late 19th century during the miracle cure craze. That's not true either. You are so uninformed, Spook. Unbelievable. Actually, marijuana has been used as a medicine for its medicinal properties for more than 4,000 years. So get your facts straight. You are now entering into the realm of fucktard. Mr. Burbart, you're welcome. Thank you for showing up. Looking at some bear divs, volume looked like shot on the last pump. If volume is down, volatility is down. Volatility is super down. Pro-weed propaganda to make you stupid. Weed shaves IQ points. That might be true. I've told people I have a fairly high IQ, and when I was younger, I took the SATs. Those are the college entrance exams, and I went to those exams high as fuck. Oh, I smoked some Hawaiian out on Victoria Circle just before going in there and taking the exams. But I still scored almost a 700 in my verbal and a 790 on my math, and that was 800 is the top. And that's high as fuck. I mean, I was blasted out of my mind. Yeah, so you're right. Maybe had I not smoked, I would have aced it and got 2 800s. Watch Ernie cry from a month from now when Bitcoin is a... I hear someone say that almost every month. That's the funny part about it. When will the descending triangle break in Bitcoin? There's no descending triangle. It's a bunch of bullshit. Triangle this, triangle that, triangle up their ass. Zyklon Bibi, that's an awesome name. Netanyahu, oh, Bibi Netanyahu, I get it. Okay, I get it. What's the winning? Or what's the whining, maybe? Or what's the winning? We're winning on the AI setups. That's my artificial intelligence system that you can buy into as a subscription service. We release several setups every day, usually around 25 or so a week. Not all of them hit, not all of them trigger to become trades. I would say about half of them trigger to become trades. This last week, we've hit the targets on 9 out of 11 of them. Weed is being pushed on the Goyim by Jews to keep us dumb. That's pretty. You must be on weed then, because that's pretty much the stupidest thing I've ever heard anybody say. I'm glad you're having fun, GameCuber. This isn't a science and tech show. It's a comedy show. Well, it's infused with someone who happens to know a lot about science and technology. The opioid epidemic is pushed by that Jew too. Forgot his name. What the fuck is this with Jews? All of you guys that are anti-Semitic, you know, fuck you. I'm married to a Jew, brought my kids up Jewish. I have substantial Jewish family, so fuck you and your father and mother too. All right. So with that, I am done. I want to thank everybody for showing up. This was a little bit of a longer show, and we'll be back tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you for participating. We'll see you then. Take care.